KShar here, and today I'm going to show you how to cook Sabzi Polo or green rice or herb rice with fish. There are different ways of cooking or serving different varieties of meat. Either we can use lamb, chicken or fish. Today I'm going to do fish. And I'm going to fry salmon for you, and then I'm also going to cook KooKoo, that's and Sabzi Polo. So it's going to be Sabzi Polo KooKoo Mahi. And I've already have my rice here. I've started the rice, and you know I've shown you on my different videos. If you don't have it, or if you don't know how to cook rice, please go to KShar TV on YouTube, or you go to my website kshar.net, and there are videos to show you how to cook basic rice. The rice is boiling. I've already put salt in there, and I'm going to add a little oil. And I always add oil when I cook my rice. I have 4 cups of rice here. I've washed the rice and it's boiling. This is Sabzi Polo, or the herbs that I'm going to use. It's 1 cup of parsley with 1.5 cup of cilantro and 2 cups of scallinos, or you can use, I also used green onion, a whole green onion, 2 bunches of whole green onion. To that, I would also add a cup of dill. I use my dill dry. The reason I do that is because when I drain the rice, the dill would give a better effect mixing with the rice, especially because I'm using fresh herb. The rice looks greener. That's why I mix the dill. Now I'm also going to show you how to cook KooKoo. We're going to get started with the KooKoo because this takes longer to cook. I have 1 cup of cilantro. I've washed the vegetable and dried them, and I've chopped them fine. And 2 bunches of green onion, scallinos, 1 cup, and 1 cup of parsley. And I'm also going to use half a cup of dill for my KooKoo. Okay, and I've got 1 tablespoon of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I've got 1 teaspoon of my advieh or my own herbs, and pepper. I'm going to put the pepper, but just to taste, whatever you, and a little bit salt. I'm going to crack 6 eggs into this. One. I'm going to start with 6 eggs, and then I will decide after I mix them if it's enough or not. I'm also going to crack some. I'm using fresh garlic. I don't use frozen. I normally do use frozen, but for Sabzi Polo, I'm going to use fresh garlic. All I do, and also for the KooKoo, I'm going to cut them in small pieces, chop them very finely, or I may do better than that. I'll just anytime that you're making KooKoo, you have a choice. You can either put the KooKoo in the oven or you can fry them. Today I'm going to put it in the oven. I've already have my oven on 375. And I'm going to mix this. Make sure that you really mix this good and blend it. I mean, stir it with, so I have 6 eggs here, and it shows that the 6 eggs is not enough, so I'm going to add 2 more. I wanted to do this so you will see how it's done. That's why I didn't do it in advance. Now I'm going to use my baking soda, which is about 1 teaspoon, and I'm going to add my flour, which is 1 tablespoon. And what you do, anytime that I cook KooKoo, I'm going to add some oil to the mixture. And I'm also going to add oil to the dish that I'm going to put it in the oven with. Make sure that you use a fork. Okay. And I'm going to add my advieh or cinnamon. This was 1 teaspoon.
Is it just cinnamon?
No, this is rose petals, cinnamon, and it's a Persian, and actually it's my own. And I promised them that I would package them, but I haven't, but I will. Every cook or every chef has a secret recipe. It's a secret that they will let you know, but not. They'll take you there, but not all the way. So, go ahead and spread the oil all over your pan. I think this dish is just too big for this, but it's okay. I'm going to I'm going to put this in the oven. I've already preheated the oven at 375. And that takes about 30 to 40 minutes. So we'll let that cook. One thing that I should mention, that the reason I put the KooKoo in a bigger pan is because when it gets too thick, it won't cook all the way to the core. So that's why get a bigger, make it thinner rather than thick, because then it's cooked all the way through. So Now what I'm going to do, get my rice ready. And I'm going to add the sabzi to the rice. There is no time, you know, I can't tell you to cook the rice for half an hour or 20 minutes or any degree of heat, because stoves are different, and so gas and electric is different. So I make sure that when you cook your rice, when you take the rice out, the rice is almost done when you want to drain it. I need to let this boil for 5 more minutes before we do that. While I'm waiting for the rice, I'm going to show you how to do the fish justice. So take a piece of fish, just going to do 1 piece, so you'll see maybe a 2 piece. It depends, and there are different ways of doing fish, which I will have a video that shows you the different way of doing fish. But today I'm only just going to fry the fish for Sabzi Polo. And what we do is, I put salmon is a very delicate and delicious fish. You don't put too many seasoning to it. I just add some salt, some pepper to both sides, and then some saffron, that's it. Don't put too much oil, because salmon is oil itself. So I rub some oil over it. I heat up my pan and I fry this. So this will take just a few minutes. With salmon, be very careful, because if you cook salmon too much and you overcook it, it would be tough. So the best way to cook salmon is to make sure that the salmon is fried, but it should be almost red in the center of the piece. So I'm going to fry it, but if you are the type who likes their salmon or their fish well done, that's up to you. But I only do it fry either side and let it steam for a bit, and that's it. My rice is ready, so I'm going to drain the rice. With fresh herb, what you do is that you don't mix the herb in the rice before you drain it. Oil at the bottom of the pan, and I'm going to do this up here so you can see it. It's very important how you cook Sabzi Polo. You make sure that your rice is not overdone, because when it's overdone, it doesn't look good with the mixture of the sabzi. Just put the rice at the bottom of your pan. It is sabzi. I told you about the dill. See? You mix the dill as you go. See how fluffy the rice is? And I'm also going to add some of my own advieh or seasoning or
the KShar blend, huh?
the KShar blend. And then I'm going to show you I do not add the garlic to Sabzi Polo at the time that I cook the rice. Actually, what I do is I fry or saute the garlic, chop them to small pieces, and then I would add it at the time that I want to dish the food. It looks better, it tastes better, and that's why my Sabzi Polo tastes better. Be generous with your herbs.
It smells good.
Yeah. And the dry dill smells much, it's more fragrant than fresh. And I also add a touch of cinnamon. After I am done, I add a touch of cinnamon on the top. Then go with oil and add the cinnamon. So here our rice is ready and I'm going to steam it. This is on high for a few minutes, covered, and then I'm going to turn the heat down to medium and let it steam for 30 minutes. By that time, our KooKoo is done, and I'll fry the fish. You have also a choice when you want to do the fish, is that you can do the fish in advance, but don't cook it all the way, and then you can heat it in the oven. So anytime that I do any Bagali Polo or any Sabzi Polo or anything, any mixture of rice, I think of the relationship that they have blending together. And here you've got the rice and all these herbs, and you blend them together and how they turn out and what they, it reminds me of the relationship that we have with each other. I think about relationships a lot because this is the only way that we can survive the togetherness of ourselves with people around us. And The only way for a relationship to survive is, I've experienced that it's how much you put into a relationship. How important is that relationship to you? You know, if I'm going to turn my rice down a little bit now.
Why you do that in other videos, right?
Yes, I've already told them the reason that I put this fabric or this towel here is because I don't want all the steam to go back to the rice. Because if I don't, this absorbs all the steam, but if I don't put this, all the steam drops back in the rice, and especially with Sabzi Polo and Mahi Polo, they get very mushy. As I was telling you about relationships, it's very important if the relationship means anything to you. It could be my relationship with my father, the relationship I have with my son, with my wife, with my friends, with my co-workers, anyone. As long as you are in a relationship to get something out of this relationship, you will be unhappy. And I've said that numerous times, because I've experienced that. If you expect anything out before you put anything in, you'll be unhappy. Go in trying to, with the willingness to contribute to this togetherness. What am I going to add to this relationship? To bring happiness to whoever is involved. Because my relationship with my partner is going to affect my children. My relationship with my son or my daughter is going to affect their partners. So I'm not here to get everything that I want. I'm here to give everything that I have. And do that. And I promise you that you get everything that you want back 1,000 times more. I've done that and I know it will work. Don't ever think, when I was young, I would always think that if I don't take everything that I want out of a relationship, then I am a loser. Don't ever think that you're a loser when you're in a relationship. You have to grow up, you have to rise up to love. That's a higher level of humanity. You have to reach that before you expect to get anything out. You have to plant a seed before you can harvest. So how do you expect to go into the relationship before you plant anything? You want to get something out. Think of how much you have put in this relationship. And do it right. Don't give what you think is right. Give what your partner wants. I don't want my partner to give me what she wants, because I may not even need that. I want her to give me what I need and what I want. And then I'll be able to give her, you know, and then when I give her what she wants, she will give me what I want. I've done that and it works out. Go for it, you'll be happy. So back to the rice. Okay, I am going to add another piece of fish to this, and I'm going to show you. If you like the fish to be, there are times that you can get the fish with skin. If you don't like, if you like the skin, I take the skin off. This, what you need to do. The fish has to be very fresh. So when you get the fish, the way by looking at it, if the fish falls apart, that fish is no good. It has to be firm. It has to be together. It has to be firm. So this is what I'm going to put a little bit more salt to each piece and pepper. When I cook white fish, I put batter, which is egg and flour, but But with salmon, I don't do that. I only add salt and pepper for seasoning and saffron. With this one, I'm going to add some garlic now. And because it's also, because it's Sabzi Polo, what I'm going to do, I'm going to fry it with a bit dill. But I would put the dill in my and I will show you how I fry this. I'm going to put the garlic first, so my oil would have the smell of garlic, and then I would fry my fish. Let's check the KooKoo. You can smell it. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some oil to the KooKoo. Make sure that you put it all over. Thank you. Okay, I get my pan.
Is that preheated?
No, right now I'm just going to take the garlic off of the fish. The reason I put the garlic in here is for the fish to get the smell of garlic a bit. Now I'm going to get it off the fish, put it here, and then put some oil and fry the garlic. High heat. I don't add any oil yet. Just a little bit. That's it. I'm going to let the garlic fry. With a little bit of dill. Then I'm going to add the fish to it. If you have any extra herbs after you get done, what you can do, you can bag them and freeze them. And if you want to do Sabzi Polo again, you can take it out and spread the frozen herbs on the paper towel and let it sit for overnight or so. Make sure that you spread it thoroughly, and then you can use it for your rice. chopping the herbs is a big job. So that's why I always try to do it in advance. I'll check and see my rice is steaming. If you like tahdig for sabzi polo, then put it on a high heat after, before you start dishing it for a little bit, so that tahdig gets thicker. Otherwise, you don't need to do that.
Can you give us some tips about chopping?
Yeah, I'm going to, yes, show you how to do the sabzi. You have to have the special knife. That's very important. It just has to be sharp, and the knife should be big enough so it can cover the whole pile of the sabzi that you have. See, it has to go all the way in. That's, otherwise, if you get a smaller knife, I'll show you. See, it won't do the job. So you have to get it big, and you have to make sure.
So you wash everything beforehand?
Yes, and what you do, as I said before, what you need to do, you get your, you soak them in water. One thing about parsley and cilantro is that they have a lot of dirt with them. And so what you need to do when you get them, please make sure that you soak. Now you can smell the garlic. So what you do is you get the parsley and cilantro, and after you took the stem off, you soak them in water, and then after maybe 15-20 minutes that they have soaked in the water, you drain them, and then you let it dry. Do not ever chop the herbs while they're wet, because your herbs would get soggy. So you have to let it dry, and after they dry, I normally dry them in a towel and let them sit overnight in the refrigerator. I do not leave anything overnight outside the refrigerator, because a friend asked me once, one of the comments was that do you leave it in the refrigerator or outside? Everything goes in the refrigerator. So then the next day I would take it out and chop it. Now my garlic is ready. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the garlic out. And I told you what I do with my garlic is that I do about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. For every time that we are doing sabzi polo, I chop him. Somebody asked me, why do I cut things in my hand? It's just a habit that I have. You can do it on a board. It doesn't matter, whatever you're comfortable with. But this is the way I have more control over the sizes that I want. It's all about control. Unfortunately, our life, most of the problem that we have is because we are trying to control everything, honestly. And needless to say that we have no control over anything. We just think we do, you know. And the more we interfere, the more we think we are in control. I call it interference. I won't call it control, because that's what it is. You know, you stick your nose in everybody's business, and you keep criticizing people for the things that they do, and not even being in their shoes. You know, and that's not fair. So let people be for who they are, and just love them for who they are. You know, nobody's perfect. Whoever is around me, I appreciate them for putting up with me. You know, because I have my bad moments also. Everybody does. So I put up with people, you know, people around me, they put up with me, and that's the beauty of love. You know? So this is my garlic, and I'm going to fry this. This one I would put a lot of oil in it. By a lot, I mean a generous. Okay. Portion. So turn it up. This is the garlic that I'm going to use to serve when I'm serving the food. And that garlic has already the oil, and the pan has already absorbed the smell of garlic. So I'm going to take the garlic out, and then I'm going to fry my fish in the pan. It has a bit of dill and garlic and oil, and that's good enough. So I'll put this on the back burner. Let's fry that. Put this in the front burner, and I'm going to fry the fish here. Let's look at the KooKoo. It's doing fine. So I should tell you a little bit what Sabzi Polo is all about. Sabzi Polo is a dish, is a food that is normally served on New Year's Eve, and sometimes they use it, Sabzi Polo, with lamb for Size Bedar. And these are mainly luxury in polo, that it's used for the weddings and happy moments. Sabzi Polo is used for around Nowruz, and because at that time is in our culture, or in Iran, that's where the fish would be in the market. It's in the winter time. So Sabzi Polo is mainly a dish that is cooked with fish during the winter time. So look at my garlic. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit cinnamon to this. And then before I take it off the stove, I'm going to add some saffron to that. Okay, I'm going to turn this up, so we are going to fry the fish. You hear that? Make sure that you move it a bit so it won't stick. I'm going to turn it right away. And that's the deal. The minute that you put the fish in a hot pan, it just, okay, turn it back again and let it fry. The reason I did that because I wanted both sides to get the smell of garlic and the dill. Okay. Now I'm going to turn the heat up. And see, I want my garlic to be golden. Okay. And I'm going to cover my fish. The way I fry salmon is that I let it steam a little bit. That gets cooked all the way through, and then at the same time I turn the heat up so I can fry them both on both sides. When you cover the fish, salmon, the oil out of the salmon starts getting out, as you see right now. Yeah. Why do I keep turning them over? Because this way the fish gets done on both sides and evenly, and cooks evenly. Okay, my garlic is done. I'm going to take the garlic off the stove. And just going to add the saffron to this. Don't add it to the tray, add it to, let that sit there while I clean up my mess. Okay, and I'm going to turn the fish down. Now I want you to look at the fish. See, it's done. Turn it back again. And I keep doing that a few times. Now you can smell the fish. Okay. We are almost getting ready to dish there. And now if you look at the rice, see the rice is getting done. I'll just make sure, because I put some herb on the top, so I'm going to bring up the rice. Now what I want to do with my KooKoo, I'm going to put it on broil so I could get the top. As you see, the bottom is getting done, so I want to get the top done. So I'm going to put it on broil. Actually, I put it. Okay, and then let that sit for 5 or 10 minutes. When we do a video continuously, what happens is that you have to put up with all the mess. But when I take a moment in between, then I have a chance to clean up. So excuse the mess. So I'm getting ready to dish everything. Put this back in the refrigerator. Let me take a look at the KooKoo again. Yes, it's getting there. I personally like my KooKoo not done all the way through, because that's just how I like it. But this one I'm going to cook it, so you will see. Because when I fry it, I have more control when you fry anything, and when you put it in oven, then you don't have that much control.
I love your floral arrangement back there.
Thank you.
Do you always have flowers like this?
I always have flowers. I cannot live without them.
How come there's tomatoes in the floral arrangement?
Anything I have. First of all, let me tell you something about tomatoes. Don't put your tomatoes in the refrigerator, because unless you have to. We love tomatoes, and I buy them fresh, and I keep them out, and it lasts for a couple of days, and that always tastes fresher and more. This is organic. It tastes much more like tomatoes than when you put it in the refrigerator and sit for a week. The vegetables, I try to buy them daily. I shop every day for my daily salads and greens. Today I'm also going to let you know that I will be releasing a video on how to cook vegetables, and that's something that you need to look forward to. Because I always had problems myself with how to have fresh vegetables after you cook them. Either the color changed, or it was too done. But this way, I will show you that what is the secret in cooking the vegetable and have a fresh vegetable. Okay, the rice is ready, as you see. And all I need to do when I dish it, I need to add saffron to it. So what I do with times that I have too much rice, I dish the rice in a tray, and then I transfer it. Okay? Because especially with Sabzi Polo or Bagali Polo, because you have to mix it. It's luxury in Polo. These kind of rice, you have to mix it before you serve it. So the fish is ready. I'm going to turn the fish down to just stay warm. Okay. And KooKoo is done. I'm going to turn this off, but what I'm going to do here is do the corners a little bit. Just put a little bit oil on my knife. Then I'm going to cut this.
Nice crust.
Yes. It's up to you how you want to cut it and what shape you want to cut it. I can hear it. The reason I keep adding oil, because the oil has to go through and if you just look at it, you'll see that you've got the crust on top and then you've got the vegetables. So our KooKoo is ready and I'm going to dish the rice. Smells so good. Okay, here I'm going to add some saffron to the whole thing. You can hear it. Wow. Do you hear that? Mm-hmm. I told you that I like to mix it. Just now, look at the Sabzi Polo. Look at the rice. Look at the herbs and greens. See?
Too bad they can't smell it.
Just see how fresh it looks. See? Look at the rice. How fluffy the rice is. Okay, then. And what I do is anytime that I want to serve Sabzi Polo, I serve it with lemon, and I'm going to show you a trick. I cut the lemon and I'm going to cover the lemon in a thin cloth or gauze. Put a piece of raffia on right there. And the reason for this is when they squeeze the lemon, the seed won't come out. And it also looks beautiful. So it's all about what you do with what you have and how you create the beauty. And here is your Sabzi Polo. And now what I do with the garlic, I just put the garlic and saffron on top of the rice. And clean up my...
So that whole thing was under an hour.
It was under an hour, right.
So they could technically cook this in under an hour.
Under an hour. That's what I'm saying, that everything that I try to do is under an hour, unless I tell you there are some dishes that it does take. But see, from the time that I started the presentation, it took less than an hour. So enjoy it, and please go to my website, share this with your friends, and let everybody know that the life is all about giving. And this is my gift to you for today. Enjoy it.